Okay, so we're going to review some information today, as well as do somewhat of a clean out. I don't know if we'll do an entire clean out or not. Depends on what we find as we go. But one thing I want to show that I thought was kind of interesting is, I'm going to turn this blower on for 1 second. Now you're going to watch the vacuum pressure build up pretty high, and then I'm just going to shut the blower off. Okay, so the purpose of that is to show you how quickly it drops off. Now with the blower not running, if you kind of wander around, I don't know if you'll hear it. Got a little bit of an air leak here on the lid. You can hear it stop. I'll pull down on it now. But I just thought I'd share that because it was an interesting way of looking for leaks. So what I did was I closed my air intake valve up here and just fired up the blower and let it build a vacuum in the system for a little bit. You can see it's still dropping off. But that hopper does, the lid does leak a little bit. Okay, so then moving on, the first thing that we're going to do is we're going to go and check moistures. So this is the bottom of the expansion tank that I'm going to drain out, and there's still some crap in this, but we're just going to see how well this goes here. Not a whole lot. For the sake of an official number, I guess that'd be about 2 cups. So then I'll pause this out. I'll take that mason jar off and we'll look at that in a second. Sit tight. So here's the mason jar. Give you a shot of what's in there first. I'll dump this in. So it looks like we got about almost a quart of moisture. And one other place I don't expect to see anything because this has never collected anything so far. I guess I forgot my bowl, just in case there is. It's in the cyclone filter. Hey, look at that. We did collect a little moisture. not much. But it is the first time I've seen moisture here at all, so I guess it was a little bit of a humid day. But just so you can see what it is, it's just that cyclone filter. So I'd say overall we got about a quart of liquid out. Dump this in. So I have this loose, and you'll see the filter that's here. Looks like if you look close, you might see just a little bit of soot maybe that it captured. Other than that, it's pretty clean. Not too bad, couple drips of moisture. Alright, we'll go after the other filters in a second here. Hang on. I did forget one spot here for moisture. It's the bottom of the first filter. This is the stainless pot scrubbers. About it. We're about at 3 quarts or 3 cups before, but we're getting close to a quart now. Let's see if there's anything in the other 2 filters. This would be the wood chips, or the pine shavings. Check the last one. So far so good. The liquid's been pretty clean. Probably should have cleaned my containers out before I started dumping stuff, but a little over a quart. And while we're rolling here, this is the top of the final filter, well, before the coffee filter anyway. This is the polyester fiber pillow fill material, and I'm just gonna, this is where I collected tar on the last run. Just gonna run my fingers through it and see if it's at all sticky here. It looks like it's just some wet soot, nothing sticky, so I'm very happy about that. So I'm going to take the other filters loose and just take a peek inside, and I'll bring you back when I get them open. So coming back in, we are looking at the top of pine shavings filter. Just looks a little damp, doesn't look horribly bad. I'm very happy with what I've seen so far. This is the top of the stainless pot scrubbers. Let's see if I can take a peek down inside. Don't know if the light will help or not. Everything just looks a little moist and sooty, but nothing horrible that I can see so far. I am going to pop the top of this one off. Look at that, guys. Still clean in there. Good stuff. That's our polyester fill material. So, I don't think I'll be tearing these filters apart. I think things are looking pretty clean. Alright, so just bringing it back to show what the char looks like. Laying in the bottom. Didn't collect a whole lot. Well, it wasn't a really long run, but try to get a shot of. Hopefully that shows up somewhat clear. Alright, so now I'm going to clean out, take the ash grate off, and clean out what's left in the hearth, and we'll see what's going on in there. So here's a look at the ash grate. I will shake it out a bit. Doesn't look like it's any more worn out than when we started. So I will knock the rest through and see what we get. So that is a little bit of bell packing. You just watched me unclog it. Toward the end there, you'll notice that during that run my my flare started to get a little lower and drop down a little further, and what I was saying about being able to see on those vacuum gauges, that is the blockage that causes that difference in pressure that I was seeing so easily on the gauges. So if you can manage to notice it soon enough and clear it before it gets packed, you know, you can keep on going. But just thought I'd share that. So doing a quick recap on the events of the run on the 5th. We collected about a quart of moisture from the pellets over the 3 or 4 hour run. I didn't actually do an official time on that. The good news is You know, the Ninja ran well. I figured some things out with that. It was a little bumpy start with it because I didn't purge the line properly, but you know, you learn these things and you get your procedures down and you know how to do it next time. So I was happy to see the Ninja run. That made me smile. The logic for the ash grate shaker worked well. I was able to change the times on the fly as we were running. Big plus is didn't find any tar in the system. So even though those temperatures dropped on the hearth down to at times 400 degrees on the thermocouple, I still didn't find any tar. So I'm very happy about that. That's like probably the most important thing so far out of the run. And I think my biggest gremlin was toward the end of that run when I was about to shut down anyway. The bell started to get packed, and I noticed it on the gauges, you know, on this pre-filtered gauge here on this negative air pressure sensor. That'll start to climb pretty high. And I was in there poking around, but I couldn't seem to get it cleared out, so I figured, well, it was about the end of the run anyway, shut it down anyway. But then coming out here on inspection, hopefully I can manage to get that clip in there when I cleared the hearth out. Well, you can see it gets pretty well packed. It's the nature of the beast with the pellets. The pellets are tough to keep them flowing. They like to stick together a little bit, but I don't know. All in all, it was a pretty good run. I'm pretty happy with it. So you guys can share your thoughts and comments and maybe what you think good solutions might be. Maybe just a hopper vibrator might take care of it periodically, you know. Let me know what you think. Thanks for watching.